very early age, Laura Johnson's dream was to pursue a career in the medical profession. Originally, it was to be a pediatrician. Other professional options were explored over the years, but the initial goal was never abandoned. The dream not only became a reality, but the ultimate result proved that she made a tremendous choice. Born and raised along with 4 brothers as the middle child, Laura began her schooling in the Webster, Dudley, Massachusetts area. The family resettled in an historic home in Putnam Heights section of the community as Laura was about to begin her junior year at Putnam High School. A family meeting with Principal Charlotte McCullough caused some early apprehension. However, from the first day of school, Laura realized that this was going to be a move that would turn out to be life-altering in so many ways. New friendships, numerous activities, academic challenges in smaller class settings, and gaining the senior superlative of most talkative was an indication that any shyness or fear of fitting in was quickly abandoned.
All I remember with Laura is having fun. Academically, she was brilliant, always top of the class. Laura had such determination and drive, purpose in life. I always knew she was going to do something special, and that this just carried her through her life. She was voted the most talkative, if that gives you an idea of Laura. Friendly personality, a lot of fun.
It was also while a student at Putnam High School that her immediate future took a major step forward. She was introduced to the physician assistant profession, and it had an immediate appeal as it provided a great fit for a work-home life balance. Only one college in the country offered a PA program for non-military personnel. That was Alderson Broaddus. So Laura packed her bags and left for a 14-hour trip to the rural hills of West Virginia. A vigorous 6-month schooling for prospective PAs followed with limited program acceptance. Laura was notified that she was one of the 50 fortunate ones and thus began a medical career of 42 years. It started in a rural coal miners' family practice clinic in western Pennsylvania. This early 10-year involvement in family practice began to focus her career toward women's health issues. In 1989, Laura accepted a position in the Orlando area where she began service as the County Sexual Assault Forensic Medical Examiner for adolescent and adult sexual assault and abuse crimes. When she learned that every 13 seconds, a child in America is abused by someone they know and love, that abuse is the leading cause of death in children under 4, and there were a reported 4,000 suspected child abuses annually, most commonly by a parent in her county alone, the crusade for child advocacy began in earnest. The earlier quote from General Colin Powell was taken to heart. It led to her determination to not just fix a child, but to fix what caused the situation. Along with efforts to prevent child abuse, the goal was to keep victims out of the emergency rooms and into a more victim-focused setting. This led to the formation of a team collaboration to open Kids House Children's Advocacy Center in Seminole County, Florida. Here, children could tell the worst story of their life in a safe, friendly environment to a team just once, instead of over and over again to doctors, social workers, police officers, therapists, and judges.
She just drove the process. It took a number of years to get the facility built and everything in place, but she made that happen. Her determination, she's a force. If something's going to happen, if Laura wants something to happen, it's going to happen. And I just find that remarkable.
Care begins with a forensic interview, which is filmed and monitored by law enforcement in cases that might find their way into court. This is followed by a thorough medical exam in a child theme exam room. A family meeting is held with a child advocate and therapist, followed by health therapy as needed. In year 5, Kids House launched a capital campaign which raised $3 million and expanded into an 11,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility. Laura's position was elevated to Medical Trauma Program Director with Advent Health, where she built a team to perform medical exams on child victims who had experienced all types of abuse. Statistics show that most people in Laura's line of work last on average 6 years due to the emotional toll. Laura has heard the terrible stories and seen more than her share of horrible injuries. Yet she has been able to deal with the trauma for over 40 years, and her passion remains as strong as ever.
What Laura does as a profession, it actually angers me that we need people like Laura in the world, but it also brings me a lot of comfort because what she does is so incredible. She helps children that need her in their darkest hours, and how she does it is just amazing to me.
Still doing it after all these years. I mean, it's a tough job, very tough job, and that's just her and what she does, helping children. She really loves children and caring for children, and it warms your heart to see that some of the kids that she's seeing, they'll come up to her. We would go walking through the mall, whatever. When we walked through the mall, it was like I was with a celebrity. Everybody knew her.
While much of that trauma emanates from emergency room situations, there is that rare occasion when a positive outcome is the result. When a young policeman arrived at the emergency room in the middle of the night with the most recent victim of abuse, Laura was more than a little impressed with the calm demeanor that the officer exhibited while dealing with the child. A friendship bond was established that night and remained a platonic relationship for the next 2 years, until Stan made a strong proposal that the relationship be taken to the next level. A tearful Laura accepted and counts her husband as being one of the great blessings in her life. As Laura's role expanded in women's health, she became more involved in community activities. Working as a volunteer on a project that involved the local Rotary Club, she gained interest in that organization. The problem? There were no ladies in the Altamont Springs Rotary. Breaking with tradition, she was invited to join and readily accepted in 1992. As with most of her pursuits, this was not to be a casual association. She readily and enthusiastically plunged into whatever project was presently on the immediate agenda. And in a short period of time, the club not only had its first female member, but ultimately its first female president on 2 different occasions. But the climb up the Rotary International ladder reached even greater heights. Laura served as Assistant District Governor for 3 years in Central Florida, which led to being nominated for Woman of Distinction. This extensive involvement in Rotary brought about numerous awards. On 3 occasions, she was named Rotarian of the Year. She attained Rotary's highest honor, a Paul Harris Fellow, 4 times, and in 2017, the Rotary Club of Altamont Springs created the Laura Phipps Legacy Award for her 25 years of service to Seminole County. The result, an annual award to a Rotarian who exemplifies service above self. An earlier vacation had brought Laura and Stan to Hendersonville, North Carolina, and this became their retirement destination. While the move to Hendersonville in 2017 brought a slightly less exhausting pace, it didn't diminish Laura's involvement in both her career or Rotary pursuits. She brought her Advent Health ideas to the community, and raising funds and involvement with youth activities continued. While Stan has to occasionally wave the red flag to remind Laura that she is only one person when it comes to addressing all the area ills, giving back to the community is a passion which they both share. Time with family and friends, mountain hikes, and being able to spend additional time with Laura's son Justin, who resides nearby, helps Laura keep a balance in her life. But there is still much of the candle that is left to burn. Currently, she is serving as Rotary Club President in Hendersonville. Laura Johnson Phipps has stated, "To be part of a child's life as they take their journey of hope and healing is a privilege, and the journey begins at the Community Action Center." An appropriate reminder for the future Putnam High School graduate: no better time to focus on a successful career as when your journey begins as a student at Putnam High School.